Good day, yogis. My name is Brooke Blankenship, and welcome to another chair yoga class. Today, in addition to your chair, you will need a blanket. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just a folded up blanket. I'm going to place mine actually right behind my seat just to give my back a little bit of cushion as we get started. And we're going to start by just placing our feet down on the floor, allowing your palms to come down, either to rest on top of the thighs with the palms facing down to ground the energy, or if you're feeling a little sluggish today, maybe the palms facing up to receive some energy. And if you're feeling in between, one palm down and one palm up. So, however you're feeling today, close the eyes, take note of how you're feeling, and then just take a moment to start focusing on your breath. The inhale and the exhale. Paying attention to how the chest rises and falls. How the belly inflates. Take notice if there's any movement in your shoulders. Not trying to change anything, just taking notice. Gently opening back up the eyes and then dropping the hands down by the sides. We're going to start with some salutations, getting right into it today. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, folding over the legs. Nice slow movement. Halfway lift, flattening your back. And then floating forward again towards the legs. Rise all the way back up. Gathering the hands at the heart. Again, really slow with control, just as before. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, floating forward towards the toes. Halfway lift, flatten the back, and fold. Rise all the way up. Gathering the hands at the heart. 2 more times. Inhaling up. Fold. Halfway lift. Fold. All the way up. Hands to the heart. Last time. Inhaling up. Fold. Halfway lift. Fold. All the way back up. Hands to the heart. Pressing the thumbs into the heart. Closing down the eyes. taking a moment to find some gratitude to yourself for making this time for your yoga practice. And then bringing the hands back down to the lap. So we're going to scoot ourselves forward in our chair just a little bit. And we're going to start working on waking up the legs and the ankles and the hips. So first, taking that left leg and bringing it in towards the chest. I want you to squeeze it in and then flex that foot like it's sitting on the floor. Lower it down, shake it out. Other side, taking that right foot, pulling it in towards the chest, flexing that foot like it's standing on the ground. Nice deep breaths into the hips. And then lowering that foot back down to the ground and shaking it out. Taking that left foot and lifting it up. We're going to roll the ankle around. Other way. And then dropping it back down. Other side. Right foot, rolling the ankle. And then other way. Ooh, lots of cracks. Dropping it back down, shaking out both the feet. Now we're going to come into our very first seated pigeon of the day. So lifting that left leg up, crossing it over the right ankle. So starting here, if you're already feeling that sensation in your hip, staying here. If you'd like to extend the sensation, turn it on a little bit more, allowing the chest to come down over the folded leg. Breathing into that hip. One more big breath in. And then rising back up if you're folded over. We're going to cross that ankle all the way over. So we're crossing our legs all the way. Taking your right hand to the outside of the left knee. Bringing the left hand to the back of the chair. Taking a big breath in, getting really tall and long in the spine. And then turning and looking over towards the side of the room. Imagining that breath swirling up and down along the spine, giving you more space to expand and flex and strengthen. And then untwisting, uncrossing that knee, bringing that knee back into the chest. And this time we're going to move the knee out to the side. So holding it with one or two hands, moving that knee out to the side, and then bringing it back, moving it out and back, out and back. We're going for 5. We've got 2 more. Out and back, out and back. Excellent job. Setting it down. Maybe give that hip a little rub. Excellent. All right. So other side, we're going to first bring that foot over the ankle, setting up for our seated pigeon. Okay. So leaning over, if you need to feel more sensation, leaning over that leg. Backing up when it starts to feel too much. Coming back up through center, crossing that right leg all the way over the left, taking the left hand to the outside of the knee, and then bringing the right hand to the back of the chair. Taking a big breath in, getting really tall and long in that spine, and then twisting and looking towards the right side of the room. Turning back through center. Ooh, yowzers. Uncrossing that leg. And then bringing that knee into the chest. So holding that knee into the chest. And we're going to move it out to the side. Okay, so either grabbing hold of one leg, the knee with one hand or both. And we're going to move the foot out to the side and come back. Move out and back. Out, back. Out, back. Out and back. Ooh, dropping it back down, giving that hip a little massage there. Excellent. All right, and then the very last thing that we're going to do before we stand up and move into our standing postures is lifting that foot up once more and kicking it out. We're going to kick it out, pressing through that heel, okay? So feeling that whole leg fire up. I'm going to grab a hold of the bottom of my chair for support, and then bringing it back, kicking it out. Kicking it and turning on that leg. That whole leg should be firing up. Bring it back in. Kick it out. In. Out. In. And out. Ooh, hold it up there. Hold it up there. And drop it back down. Shake it out. Dance it out. Shoot. Good job, yogis. All right, other side. So lifting up our right foot. We're going to push through that heel. Kick it out. Bring it back in. Kick it out. Bring it back in. Kick it out. Bring it back in. out, in, out, in. Whoo! Yowzas. Nice job, yogis. All right, let's wake up those arms a little bit, bringing the hands out to the sides, the feet out to the sides. Your toes are going to be pointed out towards the corners of the room, okay? Dropping the shoulder down, coming back up. Dropping the shoulder, coming back up. Dropping, back up. Dropping, back up. Last time, both sides. Dropping, back up. Dropping, back up. All right, shaking it out. Nice job, yogis. Okay, so coming to standing, we're going to move to the side of our chair. And I want you to, we're going to come into a warrior one using our chair. So one hand, my right hand is going to come down to the outside to the back of the chair. I'm actually going to move my blanket. So move your blanket off to the side. I'm going to move my right hand to the outside of the chair. And then I'm going to bring my left foot forward so that I can bend my knee, okay? And then I'm going to move my back toes back. So I'm coming into a warrior one position here. My left arm is going to come up towards the sky. I feel a really nice stretch through the back of my right calf and also in my front right hip. I'm pressing into all four corners of the foot on the left side, and I'm pressing through the four corners of the foot, but especially through the edge of the foot on the right. So now I'd like you to transition into what we're going to come into a warrior three, a modified warrior three. So you're going to grab the back of the chair in the front of the chair, and then we're going to come up and lift our back leg. So just lifting it up in the air. Lowering that leg back down and coming back up into our warrior one. Great job, yogis. So I'm going to bring that foot back in using my chair for support if I need it. And then we're going to hop over to the other side. So coming over to the other side of your mat. Switching sides. This time we're going to put that left foot towards the chair. That's going to be our bent knee. We're going to keep this right leg straight. And we're going to work on just bouncing it back, finding that spot where we can make our front knee bend and we can still keep our back leg straight on the floor, okay? My hips are going to turn and face towards this chair. I'm holding onto the back of the chair, lifting up the arm. Feeling that stretch through my right hip. Depending on how much your back leg is straight, you're feeling that stretch in your calf too. All right, yogis, we're going to bring both hands down to the chair. One still grabbing the back of the chair, one is grabbing the seat. and then lifting up through that right leg in the back, flying that leg. And then lowering the foot back down. Great job. Grabbing your blanket. We're going to put that blanket over the back of the chair, and you're going to use that as like a rest for your hips or your belly, okay? I'm going to put my feet on the bottom of this chair so it doesn't move, and then I'm going to allow my upper body, my hips, I'm going to hinge from my hips. I'm going to turn to the side so y'all can see. Okay, so I'm going to allow my upper body to simply fold over the chair and stop when I feel that pressure throughout the back of my legs, okay? When you feel that sensation turn on, stop and breathe with it. Great job, yogis. Very slowly walking your hands back up the chair, allowing the head to be the last thing to come up. Excellent job. So we're going to come into our Warrior 2 series. You can remove your blanket from your chair again. So this time we're going to bring our feet to the left side of our chair. We're going to press down through that left foot, okay? The right foot is going to come out behind us and a little bit forward, maybe a foot or two from the chair, okay? So you might need to readjust so that your back leg is hanging off the chair, okay? Your body is supported through the right side of your body by underneath the chair, but you still want to press into those feet, okay? So pressing into the left foot and turning on that left leg, pressing through the back of the right foot, turning on that right leg, and really feeling the legs fire up, even though you have that supportive chair underneath you, okay? We're going to turn our shoulders as much as we can to face me, and then arms are going to come out to the sides. Gaze goes out over that middle finger. Checking in with your torso, making sure you're not leaning forward, that your hips and your shoulders are in one line, stacked right on top of each other, and then staying with your breath. Flipping your front palm, we're going to go into a reverse warrior. So taking the hand down the back of the leg, bringing that left arm up and over, maybe even looking up at the fingertips. And then allowing that elbow to come down to the knee, and then bringing the right arm up to the ceiling. Fingertips go to the sky, and then bringing that elbow to the ear, creating that long line of energy all the way through the right side of the body. Focusing on your breath as you feel that energy pulsating through this pose. Strengthening. Coming back up into our warrior two. And then dropping the hands down behind your back, interlacing those fingertips together. And we're not going into humble warrior. We're going to just open up our chest to the sky, look up. Releasing the arms, twist to the back of the chair. And then back into warrior two. Arms back down towards the ground. We're going to come back to the center of our seat, knees out wide again. This time we're going to stretch to our sides, taking one elbow down to the knee, lifting the arm up, and then switching to the other side. So moving with our breath here. Big inhale. Exhale as we go to the other side. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. I'm recording. Go. No, look, go. I'm recording. Baby, I'm recording. Go. I'm recording. Go. Tom. Never a dull moment around here is for sure. All right, so let's give a moment for these guys to exit. Thank you. Moving our bodies now to the left side of our mat. Pressing the feet into the floor and then bringing that foot back behind you. Once again, we're setting up into our warrior two. So make any adjustments that you need to so that this leg is really freely hanging off of that seat, okay? So we're going to press into that right foot, turning on the muscles in the right leg, and then pressing into the left foot, especially the outside edge. Ooh, really feeling that IT band warming up too. Excellent. Bringing the arms out to the sides. Focusing on our breath. Checking in with the shoulders and the hips and making sure they're stacked on top of one another. All right, reversing our warrior. Hand comes down to the back of the leg. Right hand comes up and over. Allowing that elbow to guide you forward into our side angle pose. Arm coming straight up, Looking up at those fingertips and then dragging the elbow towards the ear, creating that long line of energy, feeling it all the way from the toes through the fingertips, running the course of the left side of the body. Breathing into that energy and absorbing its goodness, its strength and its flexion. Coming back up now, back into our warrior two. And then bringing the hands behind the back, interlacing those palms together, pressing the palms together and maybe straightening out the arms, finding that lift in your chest up to the sky. Releasing the arms, twisting towards the back side of the chair. Breathing into that twist. And then coming back into our warrior two, just for a few breaths. And then lowering the palms back down. We're going to come back into the center of our chair just for a moment to come into a forward fold. So bringing those feet, you want your ankles, your heels, and your knees in line, okay? And then we're going to allow that upper body to just come down over the knees. Maybe you walk your hands down the legs a little bit and allowing the upper body to be totally heavy. And on your next exhale, walking your hands back up your legs, allowing your head to be the last thing that comes up to rise. Excellent job. So coming back to standing and to the left side of our chair, we're going to come into tree pose. So stand slightly behind your chair. You're going to grab the chair with your right hand. Left foot is going to come out to the side. So pointing it out pointing the toe. And then we're going to drag that toe in and press the inside of the foot into the ankle. Okay, so staying here if your balance is off today. If you would like to challenge your balance, you can bring the knee up to the calf or raise the knee all the way up, or the foot, not the knee, the inside of the foot all the way up to the inside of the thigh. Wherever you are, you're pressing that foot into the thigh so that the knee opens up to the side, using your chair for support, and then maybe growing your tree branches. We're going to work on strengthening the muscles in that standing leg too by doing some calf raises in our tree. So coming up onto the toes slowly with control, and then lowering back down. Up on the toes, lower back down. One more. Up on the toes, lower back down. Excellent job, yogis. With control, lowering that foot back down to the mat. Woo! Dancing out our standing leg, and then moving to the other side of the chair. So now we're grounding down into our left foot. That's going to be our standing foot, okay? So left foot and left side of the body actually we're using for support. Right foot is going to come out, pointing those toes, and then drawing them in towards the ankle. Pressing that foot into the ankle, opening up the knee towards the side of the room. Challenging your balance here, or choosing a different position. Raising the leg. Maybe you can raise your leg to your calf on one side and not to the other. That's okay. Progress, not perfection. Maybe we grow our tree branch on the other side. And then we're going to go for those raises once more. So we're going to come up onto the toe, raising the heel off the ground for 3. Ready? Slowly up and down. Slowly up and down. Slowly up and down. Wah! Dance it out. Hoo-wee! Great job. All right, so coming back into our seat now for the remainder of class. So just stretching through the arms here and the shoulders, because we can always use more of that. Everybody needs that, right? So taking your left arm across the body, you can either hug it into the shoulder like this, or you can straighten the arm. See what feels best in your body and go there, okay? This is your yoga practice. So I'm going to just pull a little bit on my arm and really feeling that stretch through the outside of the shoulder. Breathing into it. Releasing, seeing if you can get yourself to pat yourself on the back with that hand. And then if you can, grabbing that elbow. And you don't even really need to pull. The best thing to do is just sit up straight. Once you sit up with that nice straight spine, you will automatically feel that stretch. At least I do, right through the back of my tricep. Releasing the arm, shaking them both out, and then moving to the other side. So our right arm comes across the body, hugging the arm over first, and then deciding, do we want to straighten the arm or keep it hugged in? Yogi's choice. Find what feels good in your body and go there. Wherever you go, sending your breath. Imagining that breath is working its way in between all of the fibers of your muscles, allowing you to expand and strengthen. All right, hand comes up behind you, grabbing for that elbow. And again, there's not even really a needed reason to pull. All you have to do is take that curved spine and unwind. Straighten that spine. All right, so straighten your spine up. Breathing into that stretch. Really opening up through the armpit. Hopefully you're wearing some deodorant. Can't think it's video because I can't smell you. All right, you guys. All right, here we go. Dropping the hands back down, shaking out. Excuse me. All right, so we're going to come back into that hip stretch, crossing the left foot over the right knee, scooting yourself forward just a little bit, just so you've got a little bit of room behind your chair. And then grabbing hold of the foot, and if you've got all the sensation you need right here, just stick with it and breathe. If you'd like a little bit more, bending over the foot, or maybe even taking the hands to the back of the chair and bending the chest forward over that folded knee. Find your edge and then back off a little bit. Coming back up. Switching sides, lowering the left foot, switching for the right. And then again, finding your version of pigeon in your body, seated pigeon. And breathing into the stretch. Coming back up, slowly unwinding the legs. We're going to set up for Savasana today a little differently than I normally teach, but I think it's going to be a good one. So you are welcome to stay on your chair with your back pressed against the seat. If you'd like to pad the back of the seat, you're welcome to do that. But if you're able to, I would like for you to lay down on the floor. You can use your blanket for your feet, okay? And we are going to lay down with our feet elevated on the chair, okay? So feet are going to be up, body is going to be relaxed. Taking a moment to set yourself up, make sure you're comfortable. Palms should be facing upwards. Allow your fingers to just slightly curl in. Taking any tension out of your jaw or the space in between your eyes. Taking notice of how the body feels, how it may feel differently than it did before we began our class today. The real magic is about to begin. At some point in the journey, we may become tired, weary, and confused, homesick. All the mountains, the scenery, the food, the people, the experiences just don't do it for us anymore. We want to go home. What am I doing here? We wonder. Nothing worthwhile is happening. Yet another part of us knows the truth and whispers, yes, something is happening, something worthwhile. Feeling homesick is part of the journey. It can mean we've reached a turning point. When we get to that place, a friend once said, it means the journey has really begun. Stay present for yourself and all your emotions. You've worked through so much. Don't stop now. Getting through this point, will turn your life around. You've learned and grown. You've worked so hard healing your heart and cleansing your soul. Your spiritual growth has been profound. But until now, all the work you've done has been to prepare you for where you're going. You've seen only a little of what life has to offer. You're about to walk through a door. Now that your heart is open, you'll see, touch, and know even more of life's wonders. It's the reward for where you've been. Keep feeling your feelings and trusting your guidance. Let the magic begin. Beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes. If you are on your back, rolling your feet off of the seat and over onto your side to help push you back up to seated. And we'll meet back on our chairs. Putting our hands together and bringing our palms to our forehead. The light in me loves and honors the light in each and every one of you. Go forward with peace and love and light in your heart. Namaste.